Hey, beauties, good morning to you. So, I want to wish everybody a happy Independence Day today. Although I wonder if you're really and truly emancipated and made independent. But that's another topic. All right, beautiful people. So, anytime I see something and it is like it moves from a needle sting, or hear me, needle juke, to a nail, or maybe something a little bit sharper than that, or the pointy knife, juke. I have to say it that way. I'm going to speak on it, and I feel a little bit antsy right now this morning. I'm in a group and people are talking about this picture about they're trying to erase the legacy of the most talented, gifted, best sprinter of all time. In my estimation and in this estimation of many people, and until proven otherwise, it remains factual because we can prove it by the videos and the events that took place. Usain St. Bolt. I've been a fan from he entered World Junior. When he was, I didn't remember his name, and I would ask for him year after year. I said, what happened to this guy until he came back? And never had his career never picked up until 2008, until he ended in 2016, the last Olympic that he had run. So I realized that they have a terminology going around now where they talk about the fastest man alive or something of the sort. Like if Olympic or World Game is here and you're the winner of the 100 meter or whatever it is, then they call you the fastest man. I can understand you said the fastest man for the year. That I can understand for the year. But when you start to talk about the fastest man and you leave it there, trying to create a narrative, especially for people who may not have seen all of what, I don't know, well, unless the generation, they were born in, you have people who were born in 2011 and so forth, the youngsters, who were born 2011, 13, 14, 15, and 16, and they're completely unaware of what the great, gifted, talented Usain Bolt has done, that I can understand. Usain Bolt, let me remind people, the 979 that both Noah Lyles and Kishane Thompson ran, Usain did that in his unfit state in 2015 in the 100 meter at the World Championships when he ran against Gatlin yet again. 979, and I think Gatlin was either 980 or 981. He ran and he had beaten him and he was unfit because even the commentators were talking about it. You could see it, and so forth. And picky here, and when you can see him he wasn't all together in his full fit state. Let me remind you guys, in 2012, maybe I'm working backwards for you to understand. 979 in 2015. Let's go back to 2012. We're going to do, since we're dealing with history in a sense on Independence Day. 2012 in the London Olympics. I'm a proper Bolt fan. I don't think you guys understand. He ran 963. So technically, if the second fastest men are Johan Blake and what's the American guy, Tyson Gay, at 969, it therefore means Bolt is additionally the second fastest man to being the first fastest man. So he's the first and the second, because in 2009 he ran 9.58 at the World Games, because it was the Olympics that he had run 9.69. He still even has a 9.69. So he's the first, second, and third fastest man alive. Usain Bolt, all in one. All in one, because he first had done the 9.69. He first had done the 9.69 and broke it the following year at the World Games and ran 9.58. So Usain Bolt is the first, second, and third fastest man. What I'm saying is what some of them critics are really saying. Let me remind you, people, 4 consecutive World Games. I think it's about 4 consecutive. You have 2008, 2011, 2008, 2011, 2015. Yeah. And I'm not even counting maybe the year before where he had gotten silver to Tyson Gay, the 200 meter. All right, I'm dealing with from 2008. So 3 or 4 consecutive World Games. The man ran and won gold in the one of the, well, you know that he had false started in the 100 meter for the 2011 one. So 2009, sorry, 2011, I'm missing a year and I'm missing somewhere, missing 11, missing somewhat, whatever. Forget the year that he had false started. So at least 3 or 4 world games in the 100 meter, he had gotten gold. In the 200 meter, he has gotten gold. In the 4x1, he has gotten gold. Olympics, the same thing. In the 100 meter, he has gotten gold. In the 200 meter, he has gotten gold. In the 4x1, we're talking from 2008 to 2015. Because, in 2016, he only ran one race. He had pulled up in the 4x1. So just says one race he really ran and came third. And if you notice at times, I don't remember the exact times, I'm going to look back at it. Let's just say Gatlin had ran, and his time was 980. The guy who came second was 981, and Bolt was 982. You see it? So, the margin of the disparity was nowhere. It was not great. Little. First, second, and third. Little. So I just want you to understand. So let's call it his first bronze, proper bronze, after so many years, which is fine, which is more than expected, because had those two probably not, had Bolt been fit and ready, because remember he wasn't fit, had some injuries and unfit and just weeks of a little practice, and then come third. And maybe if he push himself really hard, he would have win the race. If he really just going to pull out every step and run out the soul case sort of a run, he would have probably won the race. But him just said, sure. Nothing wrong if them win it. Sure. You have how many of them under his belt consecutively, hat trick and extra. What are you really saying about fastest, man? Doppy the power, no? You think it's easy for run 9.58? And even when you look back at the races, go back and look at yourself, all the different angles. You see still both looking side by side. Looking side at Tyson Gay, the 9.581. And the 20 still a look, horrible look on the clock. So it tells a story that the man could have run lower than the 9.58. Go and look back at it. I was watching it just recently. I'm a proper Bolt fan. Bolt fastest, man. I don't know about fastest. Fastest what? And I can't erase the great Usain Bolt's legacy. See, recently, look, I think he was, maybe he signed again to Puma, is it? And he has this gold bottle drink, with Bolt's name on it. Corona, the beer or something of the sort. Not the disease. Bolt fastest, man. And I can't erase a man's legacy, because it's not just breaking records, it's a consecutive wins. As in the winnings that he has made consecutively, almost want to say year after year, yes? Season after season, consecutively. What am I really saying? I think that's an easy feat. And not just 100 meter, but 200 meter and 4x1 and having to run rounds. You think it's easy and breaking records? Look here, I don't think you're going to understand the magnitude of a man, and what he has done for Jamaica and done to Jamaica positively. You guys will never ever erase his legacy. Never. Not under God. And God is forever. He's infinity. I don't think you're going to understand the blessing and favor that is upon that man's life. His legacy will remain forever like King David. But and then putting a false picture of him with a belly big and the other. I just saw him a couple of weeks ago somewhere, and I stopped and chit-chatted with him a bit. Because when I said, no, I'm not normally frightened over superstars. But this one, I say, yeah, I got frightened Friday. I didn't go on anywhere, so forth. I said, Bolt, you're the best athlete ever. You're so fantastic. Respect youth. Whatever. And say, yeah, man, thanks, and whatever. And moved on. I don't know, we're going to get at the 20 months pregnant belly looking photo. That's not Usain Bolt. He looks like the ordinary Jamaican man. You wouldn't even look at him and say fat man or whatever it is. Ordinary looking. Not obviously he's not competing, so I'm not going to look that chiseled. Man, no brighty. Never can erase the fastest man. He's the best sprinter ever. Well, guys, follow me on TikTok. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Share this message.